and then we have like the we also because other than the staff we hire, we also hire the contract out our logistic to some of the company, and the operating cost is around including like the rental and the utilities. That one is around 20 something. So for this kind of business, our net profit is used to be below 10%. Usually around 9 to 10%. It's around like that.
You have to pay rent because it's here.
No, we have to pay. Downstairs we don't have to pay, but we have another work bay in the Link. There is a very big estate management company, the Link in Hong Kong. We have to pay. That one we have to pay. So actually, their salary, some is higher, some is lower. It depends their the productivity, and also depends on the hours they work. Because some of them they want to just work part time, maybe just 4 hours in a shift. Some maybe work 8 hours. So the salary varies. iBakery. We have iBakery set up 2010 in western part of Hong Kong. We have a cafe, and then we also got a pop-up store in Hong Kong University, and also another one in Tama. Tama is the one they're doing the Occupy Central over there. Tama government headquarters. For the protester.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hungry protester.
We also got, the money from the government to do the setup. But for the, policy in Hong Kong is they will give you the seed money for you to set up, but they will not give you subvention on your operating. That means you have to depend on your own. If you lose money, you have to think of how to cover it up. But the government would not give you recurrent. Year by year, if you say I lost money and please you give me more, and then they won't.
So you present a business plan to the government, which they approve, and they give you startup money if they think that the business plan makes sense. But no operating money after that, just startup money.
In fact, they give you 2 years.
They give you 2 years.
That means you do a business plan, and then you do the profile of how your business running. You say, first year maybe I have to lose 10,000 money, and then second year maybe just 6,000, and then they give you that sum. Of course, you have to convince them. This is really the sum is just like that, and also and then you have to prove by the 3rd year, and then you can be sustained. But they will, because the CESA, they are all from businessmen, so they are very critical, and then they know whether your proposal is a genuine one or not.
Do you have competitors?
Sorry?
Do you have a competitor?
Of course. Because we're doing like the bakery in Hong Kong, you can find a lot of bakery. We also running cafe, and not cafe in Hong Kong. Catering business in Hong Kong is very competitive.
But one that does the same thing with the concept of social enterprise.
Yes, we compete. On the same ground. Of course, because seed money, the seed money is provided by government for free. We don't have to return. We don't have to pay interest. This is our advantages. But if for an investor in Hong Kong, they have to use their own money. Maybe they have to loan from the bank, and then they have to pay interest. But of course, we don't have to. But other than that, we compete on the same stand.
Can any NGO do social enterprise in Hong Kong, or is it only the Hong Kong? Do you have to be a resident of Hong Kong to be NGO?
In other words, you have to be headquartered in Hong Kong in order to do it with the Chamber of Commerce.
But social enterprise, because we don't. We don't have a very, clear, boundaries. For NGO, as we say, if we can say we have social mission, our mission is to provide job opportunities, and her mission is to help to give training to the youth, and then the other one maybe they're just doing the recycle product or fair trade, and then they can claim to be a social enterprise. Can be the background can be an NGO or can be a private investor. You can claim if you have money, and then I want to open a shop to hire people with disabilities because you want to help them to have a job, and then you can claim you are a social enterprise. But of course, you may not get the seed money from the government.
That's what I'm
The government will not give you at this moment because they think maybe there may be some manipulations. But for us, we are the NGO, we are non-profit making, so they will trust us. We will not manipulate in this sense.
And government actually registers, not social enterprises, right? You actually register with the government?
No.
No.
Right now, no registration.
No registration.
No.
But for NGO, then you want to get the tax treatment,
Right,
so you have to register.
Right.
Can you be a non-US citizen or
Yes.
I should say a non-Chinese
Yes.
citizen?
Yes. There's no, any company can be an NGO, but you have to apply to the tax revenue department for that status. For social enterprise, my understanding is
No registration.
no
Yes.
registration, so anybody can start a social
Yes.
enterprise just like any regular business.
Yes.
Just call it whatever you want.
But then there's no tax benefit
Right.
No.
for social
For the tax benefit.
You have to be a nonprofit.
You need to be a
You
non-profit
have to register as
organization.
an NGO.
So the same, because we are doing rehabilitation service, we also, our mission is to create employment opportunities for people with disabilities, and of course we want to promote social inclusions. The customer is the Hong Kong people. They go to our cafe, they go to our bakery shop, and then they can visualize the job of the PWD, and then they will know, they can learn more about them, and then the better understanding, and then next taboo. This is also our point why we want to run social enterprise. There's the shop in the western part of Hong Kong. It's quite a decent shop with around 2,000 something square feet, and we also run bakery classes for the Hong Kong people.
So at that bakery, how many people who work there are PWDs?
Around 8 to 9.
8 to 9 PWDs, and how many employees in total?
Total around 15.
So 15. So 6 are
normal. So we have to at least keep 50% because we got the government funding, and then one of the requirement is we have to, like, if you employ 10 and then 5 of them should be PWD, 20 and then 10 of them should be PWD. So we have cafe, we have classes, and we sell the bakery products in the shop. The product is very grand. In fact, it's comparable. As you cannot distinguish whether it's the SE or just a normal bakery shop. They do very premium bakery products. This is a cafe. This cafe is also in the government headquarters at the Tama. Also, the cafe is very grand. We put a lot of money for the renovation, 3 million Hong Kong dollars for renovate the cafe. We sell daily lunch, including coffee and drinks, is around 120 Hong Kong dollars for one lunch. That's the product, the spaghetti products we sell there. Okay, this is the one in the Hong Kong U. Very dark in Tama. Also, there is just wages analysis about the PWD and non-PWD. Like the one with the highest wages, suppose it's the manager. What you see is the total PWD employees 30s, including whole, not only one shop. All the shops and the cafe altogether is 30 PWD employed by iBakery. So just want to share, people used to ask why our SC model can work out. They used to ask because in Hong Kong, the successful way for the NGO to run social enterprise is the successful is around 60%. That means 10 of the social enterprise operated, and then maybe 4 will close down within 3 to 4 years.
Which is, by the way, much better than in America.
Really?
America is much worse.
Oh, but because we say that, but the people, the businessmen also, they encourage us say that in a normal business, also the close down rate is very high. You are no exception.
Exactly.
More or less the same.
That's what we tell people.
Just business, running business is not easy. Right. The fact is like that. For us, because when we first started SC business, we do the marketing and this market research in that. We will do that before. For example, the vegetable processing center, before we run this business, we do quite a lot of marketing research. For example, we have to visit our, like the competitor, I mean the operator in the market, and we also purchase the vegetable from the wholesaler and ask the trainee in the shuttle workshop, the one you just visit. They're doing this testing before we actually operate. They were doing the skin peeling, and then we have to wait how much time they have to peel skin for a pumpkin, and then we have to time. That means how much we have to pay to calculate whether the cost, and then see whether we can still make profit. We're doing all these before we start the business. So I think this is a must. Even you doing a normal business, you have to do the marketing research. And also, we before we start business, we can define our market positioning very clear. Like for example, for the vegetable processing center, we target the market is for also the NGO, the residential homes of the elderly, also the rehabilitation home for the people with disabilities, the hospital, etc. Because we are more or less the same. The background. So then they have trust in us, and what they need is we can provide stable service rather than we can give them very cheap products, or they can earn, they can save more money. They are not their main concern. Their concern is we have to provide them vegetable service day by day. Don't you say you cannot be late, and then you say, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot give you vegetable today. They will not see that. So we target in this institution market. Because for the private market, like the cafe, like the restaurant, they want to save money. They just ask you for very cheap vegetable supply. But this is not our competitive edge. We are not strong to do the cost control. That's not our strong point. Because I think in the business world, there's many tricks you can do to save money or to buy the cheap, cost, the raw material or the cost of sale. You can do it very low, but not for our background. We have to follow all the the legal requirement properly, but maybe they can have some flexibility. So our price is not especially cheap, but our service is stable. That's our point. We supply for our customer. For example, for the vegetable processing center, we provide our product for the whole year. That means we don't have waste time. Every day, 365 days, we also deliver our vegetables. Even at typhoon number 10 signal hoisted, we still deliver the vegetable to the elderly homes, to the hospitals. Because they stay there, they have to eat. Also, the kitchen have to cook food for their residents. And also for the Chinese New Year, we know we have holiday, like Chinese New Year. Some of the some of the vegetable processing center like us, they will not open because the staff have to maybe go back to mainland China to visit, to go for trip. But we don't take rest day. So, but we have to shift. Understand? Because of course our staff will not work 365 days without rest time, but we have put on a shift schedule. Maybe you have to work for these 3 days, and then you off 1 day, and then the other work for another day. We're doing this. For the iBakery, we also doing because we sell premium product, so our customer are the middle class consumer. We use very quality flour, butter, that kind of stuff. And then our customer is the one who is very health conscious one. So they will not mind to pay more for a better product, better quality bakery product. And for our PWD staff, we also have some, help for them.